Following up on a story we brought you last week, East Helena School District leaders have released their first tentative plans on how they can return to in-person classes this fall if COVID-19 restrictions remain in place. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian breaks down some of the details in their proposals.
East Helena Public Schools Superintendent Ron Whitmoyer says leaders felt it was important to give families an idea of what a return to classrooms in the fall could look like.
People have just thousands of questions.
This week, they released a post on Facebook outlining the changes they're currently looking at making if Montana remains at Phase 2 of reopening. While Whitmoyer stresses that all the plans are still tentative, they go into great detail. For elementary school students, the current idea is to create schools within schools.
Right now, we're under an order to try to maintain groups of less than 50. Our plan is to do exactly that.
2 classes would be organized into a team. The kids in the team would share recess times, enter and leave schools together, and use the same areas of the school. Lunches would be served in classrooms instead of cafeterias. The new East Helena High School building is still set to open this fall. That will provide much more room for the district to spread out middle and high school students. At that level, the current plan is to work on something known as block scheduling. Middle and high school students would go to 2 longer classes each day, one before lunch and one after lunch. They would rotate classes throughout the week. Again, the goal is to limit the sharing of spaces and items.
If we can eliminate that, we can stop that mixing and stop the spread of the virus.
Whitmoyer says the district will be developing 2 other parallel plans, one for if the COVID-19 situation worsens and one for if it improves. He says they now have to work with public health leaders and with teachers to iron out the details of implementing these changes.
Trust that we are putting your children first and that their health is paramount to the work we're doing and the planning that we're making.
In East Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
The East Helena School District will also keep providing remote learning for students who are not ready to return. Whitmoyer says about 10% of their parents reported their families have health concerns that mean they're not ready for in-person classes.